Hi, Theo here from ElectroFX.com. Welcome to my next video in the day trading series. On the board we have the pound dollar for January 28th, and I see a somewhat risky but potential setup here, so I'm going to just plot some trade manager lines and pre-plan this trade. Now as I look at this chart, I notice we have a higher high and a lower low, so the market's kind of open. There's a lot of room to run in between these two areas. If we follow this upward momentum and we try and put that in a channel, it helps us understand, a likely target, which is definitely in this area of congestion. So what I'm going to do is just mark things out and make sure that I can get my minimum of a one-to-one risk reward. I'm seeing this as a split double tap type of trade. So we had a reaction here. This was all news in here, so I'm looking at this as just a return to that area, if you see what I'm saying. So what I'll do here is I see that the market has pulled up enough to begin the formation of a possible pattern. If we come down and break this low without breaking this high, then of course we'll have an equal or lower high followed by a lower low, and that'll be the momentum I'm going to use to go with this trade. So if I rename this line here to a P-sell line, that's a pending sell. If price comes down and crosses that line, I will be entering the trade. If price first though comes up and breaks this high, then I don't want that pending line to be there anymore. So my safety net is to place an X sell there. So if price goes up and hits the X sell, both lines will delete. Any lines that I place will delete and the trade will be void. But if it comes down and triggers that pending sell line, then we'll get into the trade. If we enter the trade, we're going to need a stop loss. So I'm going to place one of those, and the take profit I just think here will be a reasonably safe play. Like so. I can quickly check the reward is going to be 28 pips, the stop loss 21. Right now there's plenty of room for a 1-to-1 or higher. And just in case we don't get quite down to my profit, my safety net is to place a break-even line right there, just to make sure that if we come close and it turns around, I'm not going to end up losing that trade. So that's everything pre-planned. I'll pause this video and get back to it at the next juncture of the trade. Okay, this trade has entered, and right now there's absolutely nothing to do, just really to be aware that I'm in the trade and keep my eye on it. I do feel this is a little risky. As I said, we've got the higher high and the lower low, so market is a little bit open here, and I'll just be keeping a close eye on it. Okay, just coming back to this trade now, I've been keeping an eye on it, and I noticed that I have had some price action go against me here. This is what I call a skew in the price action. It's no longer flowing in the direction that I want to go. This has really just indicated to me that there was a battle here, and it's all begun at the mirror flip of this area. So what I'm going to do now is just move my break-even point to this little area here. So if we come back down to this area, my stop loss will move to break-even, and of course I'll receive an email alert to let me know about that, and then I can at least not lose that trade from that point forth. Okay, I'm also going to shift my take profit up here and just lower my expectations a tiny bit. That still seems to be a sound take profit though, so I'll pause the video and get back to it at the next juncture. Okay, this trade has touched my break-even line, and as you can see my stop loss has moved to +1 pip. I can no longer lose this trade. There's really nothing else to do now. I'm just aware that I'm safe, and no matter what happens, at least this trade will no longer end up being a loser. Okay, it wasn't the fastest trade in the world, but this one has gone to the take profit. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and do stay tuned for more.